Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the 0 stamina Devilish party with 3 no-stall teams for you guys. So this is the first team utilizing Ryoiin Mihawk and 6-star Yamato. That was the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in. So this particular piece of content came out 2 years ago now, or 2 Halloweens ago, and since then, we have had a massive, obviously a massive power spike. So if you guys want to check out some older videos that sort of don't take so many intricate supports, don't take as many high-end legends, I will leave a link in the description below for my global teams. Some of the boys in my alliance actually use those teams. They still work absolutely fine. But if you guys want to get this done fast, and you don't want to stall, all of these runs take around 4 minutes, and all the teams work very, very nicely. This particular team you see on screen right now is a little bit wonky. And this particular team's the only one that you could probably label as not a no stall team, because it does rely on a little bit of orb rotation and stuff like that. But nevertheless, it still managed to get it done, no stall. And even with some bad orb roll on this barter stage, like I said, we still managed to get it done. So on the barter stage, stage 3, the first 2 stages, you just want to kill the penguins, so that way you get your cooldowns, and with the barrier pen from Mihawk and Lord, you can actually get that. With the support of Pudding, we can get our Sanji special. The Sanji, this treasure map Sanji, this Oni Sanji, if there's any global players watching this video, I would highly recommend summoning on that treasure map banner. Those treasure map characters are so damn good, and this Sanji's a weapon for this stage. He removes the poison, he removes the resumes, he gives us 3 turns of an attack buff, and with that, we can actually take out the entire stage, move on to the next stage against Boa and Vivi. Against Boa and Vivi, you get locked onto Boa, they are immune to delay, and they give you a full board of unfavorable slots. The big reason I actually have Reiju on this particular team is because Reiju as a sailor actually makes Psy Orbs beneficial for the crew. They also bind a random crewmate for 4 turns, and with Yamato as captain, we literally just have to worry about that. Yamato literally just makes this easy mode because there is so much bind, and she just negates all of it. But because we have the carryover of the effect of Sanji, we have an attack boost, and we have a full board of matching orbs, which we actually still have locked thanks to Sanji as well. So that way we can carry it into the next stage against Perona and the Ghosts. Now against Perona, she's going to bind our bottom row for 10 turns, but again, Yamato's like, nah, don't worry about that. She puts up 2 turns of normal attacks only, and all of her Ghosts have a 2-hit barrier. Because we used the Mihawk special on the previous turn, we can actually get a carryover effect of the attack boost into this particular stage at 2.5 times. And what we can do here is basically just utilize the super typing of Mihawk to give ourselves a full board of into orbs. Because we have a full board of matching orbs, we can then use the special of Yamato to give us a full board of Wano slots, and then with the super typing of Yamato, we can actually lock those Wano slots and hang on to them moving into the next stage, which is really, really nice. What you could probably do is you could probably save the Yamato special here, and that way you could just lock this. Well, actually no, you can't, because you need that to actually get the Yamato lock. Otherwise, you'll be in for a bit of a bad time trying to get your hands on that. But nevertheless, we move into the Rayleigh stage with a full board of Wano orbs. And on this Rayleigh stage, he actually gives us 3 turns of only letting us use 1 special, and he blows away all our positive buffs. On this particular stage against Rayleigh, you can actually stall 3 turns. Then he becomes I think he becomes an int unit, and he gives you a full board of charge. So if you want to, you could easily replace someone on this particular team. Probably something, I don't know, like the Reiju or something like that, and just put a healer on the team. Stall out on the Rayleigh stage, and then you can get back all your specials and make this final stage against Luffy a little bit easier. But once we move into the final stage against Luffy, we actually get the carryover of the orb buff thanks to Law, and as long as you literally have 1 orb on one of your characters here, you are going to be fine. We're going to use the Arena Croc special. Arena Croc is going to give us a color affinity boost, as well as remove the 2 turns of threshold, thanks to the support of Kazuna Bon Clay. We can only use 1 special here, we get a full board of bomb orbs, but literally just with 1 Wano slot on any of our units, we can actually take out Luffy here, no issues whatsoever. So it works really, really nicely. Once we do kill Luffy, however, he does have a revive mechanic. His revive mechanic is a giant, death hit. I think it's something like 27,000 roughly, or something like that. And then he actually special binds our entire crew for 3 turns. With the support of the new Kazuna Rare recruit, Viola, we can actually remove the special bind on our Reiju unit. We can use Reiju to actually turn that poison that Croc applies into a HP cut. We get an attack boost to our int characters, and then we can just easily take out Luffy because we have color affinity. So it actually worked really, really nicely, this particular team. It's probably the most janky out of the 3 teams that you will see, but nevertheless, the 2 original Halloween units for this particular content managed to get it done very, very nicely. Let's move on to the next team now. Moving on to the next team now, we are utilizing the dream team of King and Queen. That was the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, for my global players out there, all my Globarians, shout out to my Globarians who are watching this video. I appreciate the hell out of you for start. And this is a bit of a showcase of what King and Queen can actually do. King and Queen are like best friends when you hybrid them together. As if you trigger an attack boost, it'll auto-trigger the opposites. So say you trigger an attack boost, it'll trigger the King special because he needs an attack boost. And if you trigger an orb boost, it'll auto-trigger the Queen special. So basically, if you use the Queen special, it'll auto-trigger the King special. And if you use the King special, it'll auto-trigger the Queen special. But there are ways to cheese it. And with this particular team, I am using the switch ability of Big Mom and Kaido, the free-to-play dual unit. Because they give themselves an attack boost, you want to use it on the second turn, by the way, the switch. Because they give themselves an attack boost, you are going to auto-trigger the King special on the next turn without auto-triggering the Queen special, which is really cool. On stage 3 against Bardo, he has Resilience. He also gives us Poison as well, which we can remove thanks to the support of Treasure Map Shiryu. Treasure Map Shiryu on our Caesar can remove that, no issues whatsoever. But with King and Queen, we have a lot of matching orbs. We have the Zunisha, so we have Recovery and Tandem orbs. The only orb on this particular team that's not matching is the Strength orb. So it's very likely you're going to have a bunch of orbs. And because we auto-trigger King Special, we get an orb boost. Because we auto-triggered King Special on the previous turn, once we move into the stage against Boa and Vivi, we're going to auto-trigger the Queen Special. On this stage, they also give us a full board of unfavorable slots. But like I said, the only orbs that aren't favorable are Strength orbs, and there's only 2 characters that can actually get those, which are your Big Mom and your Queen. Because Queen gives us an attack boost, we can easily just switch with Big Mom into Kaido, make that orb matching. We get the carryover of the chain boost thanks to King, and then we can remove the bind with our Caesar. Now, if you guys don't have that Caesar ready to go, like if he's the one that gets binded, don't stress. It's only 1 turn of bind, and you guys will be absolutely fine without it. Once you move on to the next stage against Perona and her ghost, she binds our bottom row for 10 turns, which will go down to 7. But because we used because we used the Queen special on the previous turn, we auto-trigger the King special this time, which works really, really nicely. We're then going to use the Big Mom Kaido special to remove the bind. That's basically all we want them to do. And then we can use the super typing of Queen to actually give ourselves a full board of orbs and take advantage of that, the orb boost that King can provide. We also have the chain lock carryover as well from Queen, and it just works really, really nicely. Once we move into the Rayleigh stage, Rayleigh's going to blow away all of our buffs. He gives us the double damage debuff, and he only lets us use 1 special for 3 turns. But because we used King's auto trigger on the previous turn, you guessed it, we're going to auto trigger Queen. Then we're going to use our King special as well. That way we get an orb buff as well. Ideally on this particular stage, you really want to make sure you hit 3 perfects. So that way you get the carryover effect of both King and Queen. You have a chain multiplier starting at 2.5 with the chain buff. So you start at 3.5 and then you are just pretty much hunky-dory good to go. On this particular stage, you can only use 1 special. Luffy has 2 turns of Threshold, and he gives us a full board of bomb slots. What we're going to do here is we're going to use the support of Nami for a color affinity boost for our int characters. We can give ourselves a full board of orb thanks to the super typing of King, and then we're going to turn 4 of our units into bears. Ideally, what you want to do here is actually just keep Marco and Queen as not bears, mainly because you want to be able to use the Queen special on the revive, as well as using the Marco special. On the revive, you do take a big, like, damage shot, but with King and Queen, you can actually tank that really nicely. We can then use Marco to remove the special bind, get some healing back. We can get an attack boost with Queen, and then with that, once again, we can literally just let the bears do all the work. So the King and Queen team was actually really, really fun. I had heaps and heaps of fun putting this team together, and just getting the parallels of the 2 of them just popping off was just so satisfying. So that was the powerhouse-driven King-Queen team. Let's move on to the final team of the video now. Alright, and the final team of the video is utilizing 6 plus Yamato, as well as a friend versus Ace. Now, this team is a lot of fun as well, and actually does it incredibly well. So that was the team, those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, this particular team actually works if you don't have the Pirate Rumble lore. If you don't have the Pirate Rumble lore, you can actually use something like the Kazuna lore. He'll actually work as well. You could also use something like Wano lore. That's another option for you guys. If you use Wano lore, it is a bit of a risk, because this particular team, the way this team functions, is you do want to make sure that you actually get the versatility of Ace ready to go by the final turn. Well, actually, you need it by, like, the 4th turn, because we basically just hang on to a full board of Wano slots with this particular team, and it actually works so damn nicely. But you want to try and make sure that you get a lot of strength, dex, and quick orbs in the early stages. Whenever you see them on these first 2 turns, you need to make sure that you gobble them up. Otherwise, you will be lacking that damage on the final stage. We have the support of Mr. 3 on our Shinobu. That's going to guarantee us a strength orb on this particular stage against Bardo. And then with the Law special, we can also guarantee ourselves a strength orb on himself. He's also an orb booster to free spirit characters as well. On stage 3, we can remove the poison with the treasure map Shiryu, or you can use the Invincom special as well. And we're going to use our Shinobu special here. Shinobu's going to give us end of turn damage, and with that, we can actually just take out Bardo and get through his resilience, and not have to worry about that. Once we move on to the next stage, we are going to come up against Boa and Vivi. On that particular stage too, you can actually use the Law special if you guys need another strength orb. But for me, I didn't actually need it because on this particular stage, you're going to get yourself guaranteed 3 strength orbs thanks to the special of Burst Ace anyway. So if you are on this particular stage and you don't have the 3 counter, just restart the run because you are going to need to redo it. Otherwise, you will be lacking the damage once you get to the end. But as you can see here, we did manage to get the versatility of Ace to the max. And now from this particular point, we are basically just going to hang on to those orbs. And we are just not going to worry about the rest of it for the rest of the run, which is really, really cool. On this particular stage against Barona and her Ghosts, we are going to turn all of our matching orbs that Ace provided on the previous turn that we actually had locked. We're going to turn them all into Wano slots, and thanks to the support of the treasure map like extra Oni Jinbei, we can actually lock them thanks to their free spirit characters as well. We can then use the orb boost of Law here because we didn't need it anywhere else. If you don't have it, don't stress, you will still have enough damage. Just make sure that you hit with your Luffy, your Oni Luffy last, as he does have color affinity here, and he will output a lot of damage. Once we take out that stage, we move on to the Rayleigh stage. Now against the Dark King Rayleigh, he's going to blow away all our positive effects. He gives us double damage, and he only lets us use 1 special. We still have our Wano slots though. We are going to lock them thanks to this super typing of Yamato. And then we can use our attack buff with the Oni Luffy, and we can actually just decimate Rayleigh here, no issues whatsoever. We have 3 strength units on this team, so we can actually get through it a little bit quicker. But if you have the Kazuna Law, you just have to hit with a few other characters. This team also works if you as a no stall team, like as a stall team. If you don't have Sanji, just replace him with like Invinkov and Bon Clay, and then you can stall on that Rayleigh stage, and then bring like anyone else over the Law to just help you guys get around the threshold on the final turn. On the final turn, we are going to apply the burn mechanic and get the conditional boost thanks to Verse Ace. We can also get 4 turns of an attack buff with our Sanji, and we can remove 1 turn of the threshold thanks to the support of Nami. We need to hit with Law first, so that way with the Beppo support we can remove the rest of the threshold, and then with Luffy we just output so much damage that we can easily take out Luffy himself. Once Luffy dies though, he does revive, and he does like a big hit, but we have 50% damage reduction. But we also still have our conditional boost and our orb boost thanks to Sanji. Sanji also makes it easy to land on matching orbs too, so it just works really, really nicely. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. Those are the 3 non-stall teams, the 0 stamina, Halloween, Luffy, Devil's Party event. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.